Hey everybody, welcome back to the warbossfitz channel. I am warbossfitz, and today we're going back into the age of fantasy with a very green army. Now, why is this army green? Well, these are the wood elves. Most of these are OPR's wood elves, and I haven't had them on the board in a while. I haven't actually had them on the board in anything other than a live stream, so let's get to playing with them. Links for the list are going to be down in the description below, but let's see what we have in the army. We have 3 squads of 10 Eternal Revenants, our little beetle boys, being led by an Eternal Elder, giving them unpredictable shooter, and everybody has the Pierce arrows. Then over on the side, we have 10 Glade Guardians on loan from the High Elves. They have 30-inch range piercing arrows. The point cost for this army went down. I didn't realize it, so I didn't quite have enough. Next, let's look over here at the other side. In the middle, we have a giant beetle. Piercing shots, attacks with its giant horn, and it has the quick shot mark to give to some friendly unit. There's a unit of beetle swarms, because everyone loves little beetle swarms. A unit of eternal hunters, again, with piercing arrow shots. And 2 Eternal Guardians, the only true melee units in the army. Everything else is going to be hiding in the woods, trying to shoot at whatever gets close. Let's see who they're playing against. They're going to be playing against the army of Earthenkind. Yes, this is a community army that has been made on these models. The army of Earthenkind, you can find the files for free. I believe they're still on Thingiverse and Cults 3D. I haven't looked for them. I printed these guys a while ago. Probably have some more cooler stuff now, too. So what is in the army? We have 2 squads of Clod Soldiers up here. They have the Throw Rocks ability. Then we have a Loam Leader with 10 Foot Knights back there, giving them all Furious and Caster 3. Then we have a Loam Champion and 6 Stalagmites. The aura he's giving is the Grounded Precision aura, so if they are in or by terrain, they get pluses to hit. 2 Loam Elementals back there that are going to be acting more like artillery pieces, lobbing big old boulders. And then in the back, the big boy, the Loam Titan. Today he has been decked out to be Transport 11. Now, this army is slow, but if you look at the army list, everything in this army, I was able to give Infiltrate or Surprise Attack, or riding in something with Surprise Attack. So, slow is not an issue. This is going to be fun. I love the glow up this army has gotten in 3.5. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Look at these little derpy faces. You can't tell me those aren't adorable. And they're just mean now, too. All right, let's look at the board. Once again, using Harvey's mission randomizer from the Don't Think Discharge channel, this is what we ended up with. Deploying in triangles on the short sides of the board, 5 objectives in the middle. There were 2 victory points apiece. If you hold more than the enemy, it counts as 2 more at the end. And then for our single victory point side missions, we have Rule, which is control more objectives, dispatch, destroy the hero and unit, and Massacre, destroy 20 models. And I think it is time to get to the killing. Let us see who's going to go first. The Wood Elves got a 2, and the Earthenkind got a 4. The Earth Boy is going to get to go first, but that really doesn't mean nothing. You'll see why. I'll come back after deployment. So there is the Wood Elves deployment. We got one of the Eternal Guardians up here spearheading the whole thing, the giant beetle right behind him. The Eternals on the edges. We got our, what are these called again? The Eternal Hunters up here. We got some swarms there, and then we have the Glade Guardians up top. Now, on the other side of the board, there's nothing. So, this is how it's going to be in turn number 1, because the entire Earthenkind army infiltrates. We're going to go ahead and run through turn number 1 over here, and we'll be right back. All right, that is the end of turn number 1. So the Wood Elves are going to be taking that objective and that objective there in the middle. time to hop into turn number 2. We're going to start off with the ambushers, or the infiltrators. And we are just going to angle the camera like this. And that is the army of Earthenkind. Let's actually pull it back a little bit here so you can see all of the stalagmites that came in back here. So we got the stalagmites, we got the clod warriors over there, we got the lone titan, and then we have our two artillery, our angry artillery pieces. So now we get to do all the surprise attacks. So we are going to start off the festivities with our lone champion inside of our stalagmite squad. He's got surprise attack 2. So on a 4-up, you would take 2 hits at AP1. None of them here. Bom, bom. And then the lone titan has surprise attack 4. Same thing, looking for 4. 1, 2, 3. So that'll be 6 hits at AP1. The Eternal Guardian is going to be saving on a 4. Ooh, it takes 3. Wow, actually, that knocks it into morale test time. On a 3. Okay, it's good. That's one thing that always kind of shook me, is that these big guys only have 6 toughness, but there we go. Now, moving on into actual turn number 2, the army of Earthenkind get to go first. When it comes to fighting speedy elves, you got to start at the back, hem them in, make sure they can't run away. So the stalagmites, they're going to charge. First thing we have to start off here is the impact. All of our little dirtles have impact of 2. Ooh, 1 miss down there. That's a lot of hits. Clay Guardian save on a 5. They saved 3. Leaving us 10 failed. That is just enough. They wipe out the squad just with the impact hits. Oh, Lord. Ending up like that. Mr. Giant Beetle sees where he is needed, and he is going to charge into that lone titan. It charges there, and before it left, it gave out the second speed shooter buff. So the Giant Beetle has 2 attacks, AP2 deadly, 3 hitting on a 4. Oh, I can see what the dice are trying to tell us this time. And then 4 attacks at AP1. 1 hit. Because of Fortified, that takes it down to AP nothing. Yeah, the Titan's fine. Titan fighting back is going to start off with 6 attacks on a 4 at AP1. There's 2 hits. Saving on a 4. Takes 1 wound. And then 10 attacks at AP2. On a 4. You got 6 hits. Saving on a 5. That saved 3 of them, so overall it took 4 wounds. Down to 8, not under half. It needs to take a morale test on a 4. That's going to be stunned. So that did not quite go to plan. Uh-oh. Next to activate is going to be this Loam Elemental behind the Giant Beetle, and it is going to fire off all of its artillery stuff at that unit of Eternals. So our Loam Elemental normally hits on a 4, but it has artillery, and it didn't move, so it used the hold action, so it gets +1 to hit. So that means it has 8 shots hitting on a 3. Every one of them. So now our Revenants are saving on a 6, because they normally start at 5. AB1 puts them to a 6. Oh, this is getting ugly. Oh, so ugly. That's 8 kills. Morale test on a 4. Okay, at least they didn't run away. And that's how we end up. Let's go over to the other side of the board now, and then these Eternals are going to move and fire at the artillery piece on this side of the board. Now let's see what they can do. So first thing we got to do is the unpredictable shooter aura from the leader. We are going to get +1 to hit, meaning that we're all going to hit on a 3. So here we go, 13 shots on a 3. Not bad. Ended up with 9 hits. AP nothing, so Fortified doesn't come into play, saving on a 4, and any 1s count as 2 wounds. It takes 2. Not even enough for a morale test. You know, sometimes the dice just decide That's how it's going to be. It's still got 4 wounds remaining. Time for the Titan to activate. It's going to charge the big guy, only hitting on a 6, but it's only got 3 wounds left. We're going to start off with 6 attacks AP1. On a 6, we got nothing. And then 10 attacks AP2. Ooh, got 1. The Eternal Guardian saves on a 5. Ooh, it actually saved. Okay, so he gets to fight back. 2 attacks AP1, hitting on a 3. Hey, there's 2 hits. AP1 goes to AP nothing, saving on a 2. Ooh, the Titan takes 1 wound. Now it's got 6 attacks AP1 with rending. 2 hits, one of those is going to be AP4. So the AP1 goes to AP nothing. That saves, and the AP4 goes to AP3. So it takes 2 wounds. And because the Eternal Guardian has fear of 1 and the Loam Titan has fear of 3, that turns into a tied combat. That drops the big guy down to 16. Next to activate will be this squad of Revenants right here. They're going to move 12 inches, use their quick shot buff, and fire back into those stalagmites. So we got unpredictable shooter buff. That's going to be another +1 to hit. 13 shots hitting on a 3. Not bad. It's going to be 10 hits. So the stalagmite's going to be saving on a 4, and any 1s cause 2 wounds. So we got a 3, and a 1. That is going to be 4 wounds caused. That kills 1 stalagmite and wounds another. Over on the other flank, the Elemental's going to throw some dirt clods at the Eternals. Just like the other Elemental, we didn't move, so that means we get +1 to hit. Hitting on a 3, 8 shots, AP1. Ooh, not nearly as good. 2 hits. 2 whole hits. Wow. Still saving on a 6. What? Okay. Alright, the dice have decided. You guys over there get to live this turn. Wow. The Eternal Guardian is going to turn around and try to cut down the little balls of dirt. So now we get to see another one of the Earthenkind's rules. They have melee shrouding. They're -1 to hit. Our Eternal Guardian has 2 attacks AP1. This will be hitting on a 4. Oh, one of those is going to hit. Its AP1 gets ignored because of fortified, so on a 4, saves. Then it has 6 attacks, AP1 with rending. It'll be on a 4. 2 hits. And that AP1 gets ignored. So we lose 1 dude. So the little guys, we have 9 attacks back, hitting on a 6. I mean, there's 2 of them. Their attacks are AP1, so saving on a 4. It takes a wound. The Eternal Guardian does have fear, so it does win combat. Squad's got a banner looking for 5. Oh, what's going on with these dice? They're telling their own story. I love it. 1 for 1 and a pass morale test. Yeah, the Clawed Warriors, they'll take that every day of the week. Next activation, we got a squad of dirt dudes inside the Titan. They're going to charge the giant beetle, but we got a whole lot. We got 6 caster points. Let's burn them. So first thing we are going to cast is Sinkhole on that Eternal Guardian. It's 3 power. Let's go ahead and put 4 into it. So it goes off on a 3. And it goes off. So that is 6 hits at AP2, saving on a 5. 1, 2, 3. That'll be enough. As the Eternal Guardian gets sucked into the ground. We still got 2 more points left. So those 2 points, we're going to try to cast Claustrophobia, which is -1 to morale for 2 units with an 18. We are just going to focus on the big beetle on a 4. Nope. Okay. So now we're going to attack in close combat. With our leader, it has Furious. We got 4 attacks AP3 and 4 attacks AP1 because he's on that throne. So the 4 at AP3 first. 1 hit. AP3 on the beetle going to a 6. That's 1 fail. Then we have a 4 at AP1 on a 4. 3 of those are going to hit. That should be 4 because of that 6. We are Angry Dirt. AP1, oh no. That's 3 more right there. Wow. Now we have the Foot Knights. They each have 2 attack apiece at AP1, hitting on a 5 with Furious. So 5s and then 6s explode. Wow, there's not a single 6. Oh wait, there's 1 6. 1 whole 6. Hit 9 times. AP1 saving on a 4. Takes 3 more. Now the beetle fights back. We got 2 attacks, AP2, deadly 3, hitting on a 6 because it is stunned, and that's not a hit. 4 attacks at AP1 on a 6. No. So it had 8 wounds left. This squad did 7 wounds to it, and because it's already stunned, it cannot pass the morale test. So this giant beetle takes off running, and the little dirt Foot Knights move forward. Next to activate will be the Eternal Hunters. Doing some shenanigans, some wood elf shenanigans in the pieces of woods there, or the difficult terrain, so that they are 4 inches, well, more than 4 inches from this squad and that squad. They're not going to be able to get charged next turn, but they are going to shoot at my stalagmites. So the squad of Eternal Hunters has 9 shots, hitting on a 3. Ooh, everything. Wow. Okay. Stalagmites are saving out of 4, and any ones they roll become 2 wounds. Ooh. So taking out the saves, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds taken. Time for morale test. Lone leader passes on a 4. They're going to fail. 8 wounds. And then stun on top of it. That's not a good look. The little dirt boys on that side are going to move. They're going to move there, and they're going to throw some rocks at the Eternal Revenants. So we got 9 guys left, hitting on a 6. Ooh, we got 3 hits. AP1 saving on a 6. No, there's 3 down. Whittling them down. Next to activate will be the Beetle Swarms. Just close enough to charge that Elemental, who's acting like an artillery piece. Come on, Beetles, glory or garbage. Hit on a 5. You know, I'll take 3 hits. Fortified knocks off the 1 AP, so saving on a 4. Ooh, it took 3! 2 attacks back at AP2 on a 4. Uh-oh. Route test for the Elemental. And it's out of there. It needed a 4. Swarms. They're either awesome or garbage. There is no in between. Last activation for the Earthenkind. The Cloud Warriors back here are going to go, ha-ha, and just stand still. They can't take the objectives this turn, but they can next turn. And that's their lot in life. We'll see what happens there. And then last activation for the Wood Elves. That squad of 3 remaining, they're also going to fire at the Stalagmites. So the 3 of those, it's 5 shots, since one of them is the leader. Oh yeah, we got the Unpredictable. We're still at +1 to hit, so we're going to be hitting on a 3. So on a 3, we got 4 hits. Saving on a 4, 1's caused double wounds. Ooh. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. Knocking them down. So that will be the end of the turn. We have a few weird things happening. And by weird things, I mean it just kind of feels weird. Because here we are at the end of turn number 2. Because the entire army of Earthenkind infiltrated or ambushed this turn, they were not able to take any of the objectives. So even though they were able to lay a beat down on stuff, the objectives are still 4-0 in favor of the Wood Elves. But now, we move on into turn number 3, and then the Earthenkind still get the first turn. So let's see what happens. We're going to start off with the Foot Dirt Knights, or the Dirt Foot Knights, charging into that unit of elementals right there. Alright, let's see what happens. So we got 3 caster points here. We're going to try to cast Sinkhole. 6 hits at AP2. Oh my god, it goes off. Saving on a 6. There goes 6 of them. What? Just wow. So we have a 4 attacks at AP3 because of the melee evasion. We're going to be hitting on a 5. With Furious, there's going to be 4 hits. Saving on a 6. All right, there's 3. And then we got 4 more attacks at AP1 on 5. That's going to be 3 hits because of the 6. Saving on a 6. Nope. So then for the rest of the squad, we have 20 attacks hitting on a 6. Because normally it's a 5. They got the melee evasion goes to a 6, but 6s count as 2 for Furious. So we got 3 6s. Turns into 6 hits. AP1, saving on a 6. Yeah. I think it's safe to say they're dead. All right, let's go ahead and do a little bit of wiggle action this way. We're coming for that objective. First activation this turn for the Wood Elves of this squad of Eternals. They're going to back off. And then now they're going to shoot it. So we got 10 shots in the squad. Time for the unpredictable shooter. Hey, this time we're AP +1. Not like it really matters because of Fortified. Hitting on a 4. We end up with 6 hits. Saving out of 4. 1 counts as double. That'll do it. Pow! Or whatever sound rock makes when it falls over. Next activation, the Clawed Warriors over there are going to move. And we're going to take 9 shots at the Eternals. So here we go, 9 shots hitting on a 6. Oh, I missed 1. I missed them all, technically. Okay, that's fine. Next activation, this squad of Eternal Revenants is going to move. Still holding on to that quick shot buff, but they are going to be firing at the Stalagmites. So this squad's got a whole whopping 5 shots left, but they also get their unpredictable shooter, and it's going to be hitting on a 3. Ha! Hey, they all hit. 4 is to save, 1's double. Yeah, they take 2. That brings it down to just the lone leader. He's still stunned, though. Mr. Big Titan is going to move. Move into there. He's kind of hemmed in by his slow roll and by all of the difficult terrain in the way. Otherwise, those would be charged. Raw. Over here, we got a charge. So we got melee evasion on both sides. Our Eternal Guardians will be hitting on a 4. 2 attacks, AP1. 1 of those hits. Clawed Soldiers saving on a 4. That's 1 fail. And then we have 6 attacks, AP1 with Rending, and then the 1 is going to be taken out, or the AP1 is going to be taken out by the Fortified. So it's going to be AP nothing, Rending, hitting on a 4. We got 2, saving on a 4. Save 1. There are 7 bodies that can fight back, hitting on a 6. Ooh, 3 hits. Saving on a 4. It takes 2 wounds, but because it does have fear of 1, it is not a tied combat. Morale test for the Clawed Soldiers. That's a fail. Leaving us with that. Next activation for the Earthenkind. This guy over here is going to recover. Meaning the Eternal Guardians are going to move a little bit to there, and then they're going to blast the Clawed leader. So we got 9 shots hitting on a 3. 6 hits. Saving on a 4. 1 counts as double. Ooh, that'll do it. That will do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 8 wounds. In my head, I was like, don't worry, it's got 6 wounds. Well, we see what happens there. Last activation this turn for the Clay Dudes. They are going to hold over there. And then last activation for the Wood Elves, the Bug Swarms. They're going to charge. So the Beetle Swarms, they got 9 attacks, but melee evasion, they're going to hit on a 6. Ooh, 1 hit. Saving on a 4. Ooh, they're going to pass. Big attacks from the big guy. We got 3 attacks at AP3. Saving on a 6. There's 3. 4 attacks at AP1. There's 1 hit. Saving on a 6. There's another. And then we got 20 attacks on a 6. I even missed the bucket over here. So we got 2 hits there. Saving on a 6. No. Morale test for the beetle swarms. That's not going to do it. And that's that. So at the end of turn number 3, now the Earthenkind guys who ambushed are able to affect the objectives, and they are now up 3 objectives to 2. Let's move on into turn number 4 to see how all this craziness ends up. First activation of turn number 4, our Titan is going to charge into that big beetle boy. Okay, with melee evasion, we're going to be hitting on a 5, starting off with 6 attacks at AP1. We got 2 hits, saving on a 4. Ooh, takes 1. And then we got 10 attacks at AP2, hitting on a 5. We got 4 hits, saving on a 6. That'll be enough. After the Titan obliterates its target, it moves back within 3 inches of the objective in the middle of the board. Next, the squad of Eternal Hunters is going to move forward and fire into that unit of Foot Knights. So we get 9 shots hitting on a 3. 7 hits. Saving on a 4. 1s count as 2. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fails. Morale check for the squad. They're going to fail. Leading us to that. And then I think we're going to go ahead and take our next turn with the Earthenkind and just do this. Unstunning that squad. Next activation of these guys here that still have their quick shot aura. They are going to end up 1 whole inch away from those guys, and they're going to shoot them. Unpredictable shooter. That's going to be +1 to hit. 5 shots hitting out of 3. We got 4 hits. 4s to save. 1s counts as 2. There's 3 more down. Once again, morale test. That is going to fail. Things are coming down to the wire. Next, this squad is going to recover. And then they're going to get shot at. So we got unpredictable shooter. AP1, it doesn't matter in this case because of fortified. 10 shots overall, hitting on a 4. Ugh. 4 hits. Saving on a 4. Or no, saving on a 5. 1s count as double, so there's 2. Takes 9.5. Morale test. They're going to pass. So that will be the end of turn number 4. So now we get to see who won. And down here at the bottom, that switch over from the Earthenkind over to the Wood Elves, that is going to make all the difference, as you will see. Primary objectives, 2 victory points at the end, and 2 victory points if you hold more at the end. Wood Elves hold 3, Earthenkind hold 2, meaning that the Wood Elves are going to be scoring 8, Earthenkind is going to be scoring 4. Side mission, dispatch, destroy a hero and a unit. Both armies did that, meaning it is going to be 9-5. And massacre, destroy 20 models. The Earthenkind was able to pull this off, so it will be 9-6 will be our final score. And that will be the end of that fight. Thank you everybody for watching. This week, you guys are going to be getting an extra video because right now my basement is underwater because welcome to April in Michigan. And I ended up with a collapsed drain pipe. So, yeah, I decided I was going to be useful to go record stuff. But in case you want to help out, I have my Patreon down below. Also with the Discord, there's channel memberships available. Also the merch store, in case you want to get any warbossfitz merch. Warbossfitz shirts, wearing them to a tournament is a guaranteed +5 victory points per game. I personally guarantee it. Also, make sure you check out our sponsors down below. We have PrintedStarships.com and Corvus Terrain. We have codes down there for discount codes for both of those sites. And remember to like and subscribe to all of this craziness. That will do it for me for today, and I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. And I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.